Hey, y'all. Happy New Year to all of you beautiful queens out there. I hope you all had a phenomenal Christmas holiday. How was your Christmas? How was your New Year's? I hope it was festive and fun and memorable, all those good things. And if you have little ones, did they enjoy their Christmas as well? Did they get what they've been praying for, right? Did they get everything? Mm. Or some things, or they got something, okay? And it better be grateful, right? Either way, I hope everyone had a good Christmas and New Year's. My Christmas was it was nice. It was nothing over the top, of course. It was just us four, so it was pretty much just what it was, just a family, type of Christmas. It really was. There's nothing really extravagant to say the least. But thank God we were together, and we were just grateful to see another Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And another New Year's, right? We didn't get any snow on Christmas Eve. I don't think we did, right? Did we? I don't think we did. I mean, we got snow eventually, but not on Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day for that matter. So thank goodness for that. But even if it did snow, I mean, we weren't going nowhere. you know. Um, but yeah, other than that, it was just a great Christmas, and it was really quiet and very calming. And I guess for me personally, now that my daughters are adults right now, they're not teenagers or preteens anymore. They're in their 20s at this state. It was just laid back. It wasn't the hustle and the bustle trying to find that toy or that gadget or whatever, that they wanted so badly. Thank God we're so done with that. But at this point it was just basically, okay, so what do you need? And here's the thing, I taught my daughters long time ago, even when they were kids, that they need to enjoy this stage of their life, during the holidays when Christmas comes. That they get all the fixings, all the presents or whatever that they've been praying for or asking for, because when they reach a certain age in their life, it's not going to be the same, right? When they get past I would say maybe 16, right? Maybe 16 years old and older, things get a little bit more. It is not going to get that excitement as when they were like 8, 10, even 5 years old. Right? They When they get 16, 17, 18 on up, things starts to change, right? Their wish list is now small. Right? So, and now, my oldest is 24, my youngest will be 21 in a couple of weeks anyway. She's turning 21. So, they're not really like hyped up in terms of, oh, I definitely want this for Christmas. No. So at this point, we just ask each other, well, what is it that you've been looking for or looking at that like, I don't know. So yeah, this Christmas was pretty much a calm Christmas. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't stressful. I mean, we do the traditional part, like, on Christmas Eve, we go in our separate rooms or whatever and wrap up the presents and stuff like that. And, we put it under the tree and we wait until the next day. Whereas, like, when they were babies, we would then go to bed. And you take care of the business from there. But other than that, yeah, that was pretty much it. I did my little thing, and they all, did their thing and whatnot, and it turned out to be decent. It turned out to be decent. Now let me throw this at y'all, because I know it happens to the best of us, if not for the majority of households. How many of you have ever received a gift that you did not like? And here's the thing. It's one thing getting a gift that you don't like from a person that you don't really know too well, or they don't really know you that well, right? You know them through association, or you know them from work or whatever. That's, so they really don't know your style 100%. You know what I'm saying? But it's another when you have people that's in your life since you were a child, or since you've been married to them or whatever for a good long period of time. They should know you by now, right? Okay. But how many of you have received or gotten a present, Christmas present from a loved one or someone that, and you did, and it didn't hit you? And here's the thing: it's not that one time. It's like every year. It's always like, dude, you live here. What is it? you know? And it's just it boggles my mind because I mean that it happens to me. It's like, okay, I don't understand. But I'm starting to now get it, because it's at this point now, people getting lazy in terms of really, getting presents and stuff for their loved ones. They're really taking the time to get something that, that their loved ones, whether it's spouse or relative, they really like. They getting lazy with that. They just go ahead and say, oh, she'll like it. Oh yeah, he'll like it. And 9 times out of 10, they probably won't. And yeah, granted, they may have liked it 5 years ago or 10 years ago, but they don't care for it no more. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Because I guarantee you, there's somebody, and somebody has received a Christmas present from that person, and you didn't like it. Because it don't fit your style no more. You don't have any interest for it anymore, or it's just not you. It's just not you. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, y'all. Let me know. So anyway, y'all, we are starting fresh this brand new year of 2026, right? How many of you are already starting out fresh? You're starting out strong, right? And I ain't talking about resolutions. I threw that thing out the door a long time ago. We ain't talking about no resolutions. We're talking about making a 180 decision when it comes to your life or what have you. But how many of you have decided to make that change, right? Let me know. For those who's watching the replay, and if you're watching via YouTube, hey, yo, what's up? How y'all doing? You know what to do. Subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. But anywho, yeah, let me know how many of you have started out strong and you are still doing what you said you will do starting at the stroke of midnight on January 1st, right? And how is it going? How is it going? And it could be anything, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their things of what they want to change, or when they want to start fresh, brand new. It could be anything. So whatever it is, just let me know, right? I know for me, I have started something, which was actually this past year, 2025, and I had made that announcement about it, and my goal came. I accomplished the goal, and I said I want people to start having this. Okay, don't know. I want people to have this, and by the beginning of January, and by the grace of God, it is happening. I would say it is happening. So yes, I have officially wrote my book. It is completed. Yes, yes. Yes, y'all. I'm super duper excited about this. And it's called Daily Dose of God's Word. Okay, 30-day devotional for Christian living. And each day you get a daily dose of God's Word via scripture, and I expound on a little bit, and then I have a question for you to think about, and some scripture references and all those things like that. So if you are interested in receiving this book, please let me know. I'll be happy to bless you with it. You see my PayPal info. You could go ahead and request a copy to just be sent to you, because of course I have to get your information, your mailing address and stuff. I do have the books um, in stock here. It's not on Amazon as of right now. Okay. But since I had launched my books and I started at my church family and stuff, I can't even tell you how many books I sold, but I would say roughly around 70. Yes, around 70 books I have sold so far. So it's like, wow, this is amazing, and it's God's doing, and I'm just in awe right now because I did not anticipate it to happen so quickly, really.
Okay.
So I'm just like forever. Oh, look at you!
Hello, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, you looking all pretty.
Yes, this little Vaseline, yo. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great, great.
Look at you looking all pretty, girl.
Yes. How's everybody doing?
We're doing good, girl.
Yes.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, all everybody out there. I hope you guys had an amazing New Year holiday season. Hope everyone had a great holiday season. That. Yeah, the holidays was crazy.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yes.
Coming on. I was just telling them, because if you remember, I had mentioned that, announced about me writing my book, and it is officially done. So here it is. Yeah.
Oh my God! Congratulations! You put up the link so people can buy. Y'all better grab that link. Who has the link?
Yes, yeah. I have the PayPal link information, so it's up there. So if anyone wants to buy the book, y'all better grab it, and I will. Definitely got to connect with you to get your mailing address, of course. But other than that, because I do have the books here with me, so it's not on Amazon as of right now. But since I have launched the book last month, I had sold roughly about maybe 70 already. So yeah, around 70 books.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all better grab that book. Grab the book right away. Yes. So I know this is something that you've been talking about for for a while now. So I'm so glad. Thank you, Teresa, for putting the link in the chat. I'm so glad that you put it out there. I'm right behind you, sis. I was just talking to my business partner today. I was like, I got to get my book going. Definitely this year is going to be my launch. And when you're at a place in your life where you want to tell your own story, instead of having other people tell it for you, I think that is just absolutely amazing. So Teresa, if you can have that link tickered along the bottom of the screen, so that way it doesn't disappear when you're bringing the banners up, love. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's a devotional. Like I said, it's a 30-day devotional. So everyone, each day you get a different daily dose of God's word, and then I expound on it, of course, and have a question or thought and some scripture references. So you can use this any time of the day or evening.
Yes. Trees, text me the link so I can get my copy right now.
Yeah, and so I didn't put, and I tell people this for a reason, because when you buy devotionals and stuff, they normally have the day and the month, like January 1st, and so forth and so on. I chose not to do that because with God's word, it doesn't have a date, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like you just go and you can read the word anytime, any day, afternoon, whatever. So I just had that vision where it just say day 1. Because you can go ahead and repeat this even after 30 days. You can still go back and read it again. You could, and get blessed by it, because God's word is always, meaty with so many different things. When you read the scriptures so many times, you come up with different, revelations and stuff. So, I did it for that reason. So you guys are welcome to get the book and be blessed by it. You can use it throughout your time of study, your private time. And, we all have those moments when we like running errands, or we just feeling a little bit down, like, you could just pick up his word and just get encouraged by it,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
2 o'clock in the afternoon, even though you had your lunch 2 hours ago, but something came up, something happened, and it kind of shifted your mood, and you just needed like that extra boost or that encouragement or what have you. And that's what this is all about. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I approximately sold like about maybe close to around 70 books, and it's still
Mm.
counting. So it's just God, and I'm just grateful for what is happening, and there's more coming. So I'm just excited about it. So yeah, guys, the information is being already it's already across the screen for you all. So let me know if you're ready to get the book. I'll be happy to prepare to ship it to you and all those things, and you hopefully be blessed by it. Yeah. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and get started. We have a great topic for you tonight, guys, and I want you all to really get yourself prepared because, like I said, this is the new year, and I got it, babe. I got it. I just saw
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna send you my address. 1 second.
Okay.
Go
Um,
ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no worries. So yes, guys, tonight we're going to be talking about executing your forward plan, because as I mentioned at the beginning of the hour, is that how many of you have started your go-to as far as like January 1st. We have the thing called my resolutions, whatever you call it, but I'm like, I don't buy that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
buy
Me
that.
either.
I don't.
Right.
But I know there's people who have made some decisions that
Mm-hmm.
they are ready to make some major changes,
Mm-hmm.
start a new something, or whatever the case may be, and they have been consistent as of now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
while you are currently activating in your plan,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing about it? Like, what things is helping you? Maybe you need a
Mm-hmm.
little push, to keep you going, to keep you focused, because as you are moving forward, there are going to be some setbacks, some challenges, some stuff. So we're just going to share a few points with you tonight, and hopefully this will keep the momentum going for you guys, as you pursue forward into your goals of what you want to achieve for this year. Okay. So,
Amen.
did you want to add to that, love, before we start?
I went live earlier today, and
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about how too much planning can keep you stuck, right?
Yeah.
And when I always talk about the entrepreneurship side of things, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we stay stuck with the planning, you
Yeah.
know, and we don't execute. Even
Right.
your devotional that you're selling now, for amazing price, by the way. You're not even adding in the shipping and handling, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone needs to grab it. That's part of executing. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta put the pen to paper. You gotta read through, and you gotta, you gotta take the word in you. But even
Mm-hmm.
talking about executing your forward plan, it's like I shared on my live earlier today. Even the clients moving forward that I take
Mm-hmm.
on,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to put in the work.
Yeah.
You got to execute. You got to hold
Yeah.
yourself accountable. I've
Right.
gotten rid
Right.
of a few people this year, because if
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing you doing anything, you can learn all day. You can download all my videos. You can download all of my resources. But if you're
Right.
not showing up, if you're
Yeah.
not, being consistent with your gifts, with your purpose and your passion, you know everything you're learning is just going to go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
moving forward is so important, and making sure that you're taking action and you're being intentional,
Right.
as you're
Right.
taking action is so important. I had my business partner, Miyoko Taylor. We talk about that all the time. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
or we are you going to execute, or are you going to execute? Execution is something that you can't teach. Either you have it or you don't have it, and that's
Right.
it.
Right.
Either you have it or you don't have it.
Right.
There's gyms everywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
the person has to have the drive to walk in and actually get on that treadmill or get on that elliptical, and do the work and
Yeah.
make movement. Yeah. So people say, oh, the gym don't work, or business don't work. Are you working it?
Right.
But yeah, we're gonna we're
Yeah.
gonna jump into all those things today. I can talk about this forever. Go ahead,
Yeah,
sis.
yeah, no problem, no
Uh-huh.
problem at all. Yeah. Therese, can you also add with that PayPal? Because I just realized not everybody may not have PayPal, but I do have Cash App.
Yes, add both.
So
Yep, Cash App. Mm-hmm.
Cash App, dollar sign Twonta.
Cash App $Twonta.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when they type in my name, they will see Twonta Davis Jones. That will be
Right.
me, and you'll see my
Mm.
picture. So type that in there too for me. You could include that as well because I totally forgot about that. Not everybody
Right.
does have PayPal.
Right. Right.
Okay.
And some
Okay, so
people may
let's
not want to use it. Yeah.
yeah. So let's get to the first point, ladies. Let's talk about this tonight. So the first point that I want to bring to your attention is just push out the negative. Okay, just push that out right now, because as you are consistently moving forward to achieving those small goals, there will be some, some setbacks, some distractions. There probably be people in your inner circle that probably going to keep saying, girl, how are you going to keep doing this? You're not going, because last year you started and you did not last that long, that kind of thing. And here's the thing, yeah, you remember last year, but you don't want to, you're not going back last year. Okay. This is a new year right now. If anything, what you want them to say, you will hope for them to say is like, girl, this is a brand new year. You can do this, right? There's some great things in store for you. These small goals, man, you could knock that out in the park or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You need people to motivate you, on a daily basis. And it could be something small, something simple. No one needs to come in your space and start spewing out negative energy, especially from 2025 or what happened a year ago this time. That I mean, because we do it all the time. We constantly talk about the past, even though we're in a new present, we're in a new year, and we don't think about that because we're just having that conversation. But you have to understand and take into account that person had to really make a major leap of faith, take a major leap of faith to start something fresh, start something new. And here you come saying something that can really pull them off that, that goal, and they probably like, what, you right, sis, maybe I shouldn't even put so much energy or so much time or emphasis on this goal, because yeah, I know I started out last year too, girl. No, 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 don't do that. Because again, here's the thing for me, I take myself as an example. This here was an idea. Okay. I had accumulated, my notes, because this is a year ago that I started this on my sister to sister page, a group page, and even my Resilience Academy page. And I just started taking that, writing down notes. But I realized, I'm like, wow, I had so much. I said, this would be a great idea to start a book. Little did I know that that was a seed that was already planted in me, and God was ready to activate on that. Start with me, and then He will go ahead and start producing the rest. Right now, I started it, but I stopped myself because I was starting to get sidetracked because I'm not a writer by any means. I never had that desire of being a writer for nobody. But I still kept pursuing. I kept going because it was in me. It was in me telling me, no, keep going, Twonta. Just do one a day. Just do one devotional a day. Because when you do that, you're getting closer and closer to your goal. And if you remember, Leticia, when I had made that announcement, and that was like in October or something or whatever that was, that I said that I was going to do this book. And I was like maybe halfway done. And I said by the end of December, I wanted to be able to complete it and then be able to have that book, published and to be distributed out to everybody by January 1st. And I kept going. I kept going, even though, yeah, there was still distractions going on in my personal life and even with my own self, but I still kept going. You have to be the one to push out the negative. No one else can do it for you. And here's the thing, y'all, no one knew that I was doing this in my house. It was between me and God. Nobody knew that I was writing this book. And that's the thing you also have to include in this new venture or this new thing that you're doing. You don't have to tell everybody your business. You don't got to tell everybody what you got going on. It's between you and God. And especially if He has given you this vision, He's been giving you this dream for a while, and it's been lingering in your spirit for quite some time. And it got you to the point, it got you so excited and nervous and scared at the same time because In reality, you are limited with resources, but what you have is enough to execute to get things started, right? And that was my issue. I didn't have the additional resources as far as getting a publisher. How am I gonna get a publisher? They're expensive. All these other things. Like, who's gonna? I was thinking all that stuff, but God said, "Don't worry about that. Just work with what you got." Right? And again, no one knew that I did this until I had got it published. Okay? So again, you have that control, you have that power to push out the negative from however is coming to you. Even yourself. You have to learn
Amen.
to speak to yourself. Go ahead, Tisha.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
I was just saying this today. I had an epiphany the other day where I said, I was having a conversation with somebody, and after that conversation, I said, you know what? There's people in your life that want to keep you small.
Yeah.
They want you to stay small. They want you to stay small. They don't want you to
Mm-hmm.
grow. They don't want you even to expand. They don't want you to elevate, none of that stuff.
Nope.
And they may not mean to do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Certain
Mm-hmm.
people have a certain level of comfortability where you being successful, or you even writing a book can be intimidating to them,
Yeah.
right? You stepping in the room and just bragging, or just happy for yourself about your success. Now you are a published author,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
That's intimidating. That can be
Mhm.
that can bring certain insecurities out of people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That it can be alarming. But the
Yeah.
fact that you mentioned how you kept it to yourself, and I shared this the other day, I said, listen, there's people in your life, you know that there's somebody in your life that wants to keep you small. Do not share nothing with them.
Nope.
Don't let them know, do not let them know about what's going on in front of the scenes. Don't let them know about what's going on behind the scenes.
There you go.
Nothing. Don't share it. Don't talk about it.
No.
I don't care how impatient or frustrated that you get, do not share it. Sometimes we like to get on the phone and just vent. Give it to God.
Come
Give
on.
it to God. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's like one of the top ways to like push out negativity without it even
Mm-hmm.
going there, because sometimes and most times what you're going through and what you're about to launch,
Yeah.
and I'm just using the book as an example, it
Yeah.
needs to be to yourself. It needs to be between you and God.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's so important. So pushing out negativity for me is so important, guys. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it really is. Even before I hopped on here, I was going through, not going through, but something happened and everything and all that, and I had to like sit down for a moment and had to ask myself, is it worth it for me to respond or
Mm-hmm.
react to the situation, or is it better for me to just give it to God, do what I need to do to make sure that certain things are put in place,
Yeah.
and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, negativity, guys, is holding so many women back. It
Mm-hmm.
really is.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get so complacent and get so comfortable with
Yeah.
negativity. I hear this all the time whenever I'm sitting with a client, how they talk about how, well, they work with this person and this didn't work out. And they work with that person, this didn't work out. And there's absolutely no self accountability. There's no saying, you know what, I'm going to take that situation as a learning lesson and move forward. Right?
Right.
People love talking about what didn't work, what is not fair or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you got to get from around people like that, or stop listening to it, because it's going to get you stuck as well.
Mm-hmm.
So push
Mm-hmm.
out the negativity, y'all. It's just about getting you closer and closer and closer to your goal, to your destination, to your dreams, to your aspirations, and all the things. So that's what I want to say on that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's move
Yeah.
to our second point, ladies.
Number two.
Our second point for tonight that I want to talk to you about. It is work your speed. Work
Mm. Mm.
your speed.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is you don't have to rush,
Nope.
because when you rush, you're going to make mistakes. When you rush, you're going to miss the most important thing. Go ahead,
I'm
babe.
gonna say this. I never know about Tawanta's topics until the day of the show. And I'm so glad they got, because I'm go ahead, finish.
Yeah, don't rush. Don't, because this is your baby. let's put it this way. This is your baby. This is your dream. This is the vision that God poured into you. This is where you have been, writing down the plan, writing that vision, making it plain, and you now taking that tablet and you're going to run with that bad boy. So you can run as fast as you need to or as slow as you need to, but you're still moving. That's the key thing. You keep going, but you don't have to rush it to the point that you run so quick that you miss the moment, right? You're going to miss out on some things when you go too fast, right? Now, if you go too slow, because it's like a balance. You find that balance for you. Like when I told you, when I started my book, I started consistently for a minute, but then I stopped myself. I did that due to looking at my insecurities and all those things, my doubts and all that. So I didn't get back on it to the next maybe several weeks later. And this was during the mid-year. This was like during the summertime, right? So, I started it and I stopped. I started and I stopped, right? But then at the latter part of it, when I had made that announcement, that's when I realized, okay, now you're being held accountable now, Twonta, because you told everybody now. So you gotta really honor your word and do it. And so I
Yep, you
did
done
it.
told on yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I did, right? And I did it, but I took the time and said, work on one daily dose a day. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I did. I was
Mm-hmm.
working on my speed,
Mm-hmm.
working on what was convenient for me, was what was sensible for me. It didn't cause any stress, it didn't cause any anxiety or anything like that, right? I took my time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because there's people who want to start something and they just want things to happen like overnight.
Right.
We in
Right.
that microwave mentality anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
society is all about quick, fast, in a hurry. I want the results done now. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry to tell you, it doesn't happen like that. Not in
Nope.
no, in this real world, in this reality called life, no, it doesn't
Yep.
happen like that.
Yep.
Right. So at some point you have to humble yourself, right? And accept what life presents to you at that
Mm-hmm.
moment.
Right.
And you
Right.
have to say, okay, well, since I know this is not going to happen as quick as I want to, let me go ahead and just, follow along with it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like somebody's holding your hand and that person is a little bit much faster, a fast walker than you are, but you know how to take your pace. You know how to
Mm-hmm.
speed up a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, but you're not so far behind. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
start to feel a little bit more comfortable because you can still see it. Here's the thing, you still see your goal. It's not
Mm-hmm.
going anywhere.
Mm-mm. Nope.
That's the thing. Your goal's not going anywhere. So even if you don't move as fast as somebody else, don't get upset and discouraged. Like, oh my God, if I don't get this done, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna win. Da, da, da. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, 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 no.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you still have that vision, it's still gonna be there.
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's still gonna be there. I can't tell you how many times I have started some things and I said I was going to get the thing done,
Mm-hmm.
and I started, but I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I started and I stopped and I stayed
Mm-hmm.
stuck there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did
Mm-hmm.
not complete it, but the
Mm-hmm.
goal was still there
It was
because
still
6
there.
months later, I said, okay, I'm gonna pick it right back up again
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go. But this
Mm-hmm.
time I had to learn, I had to follow, I had to work on the speed that was
Mm-hmm.
comfortable for me.
That's
And
right.
the main thing was I was still active.
Right. You
You
were still
can't produce
consistent. Mm-hmm.
anything when you're not moving.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta know your pace. You gotta know your pace.
Yeah,
You
go
can't
ahead, Tisha.
follow. You can't follow the pace of other people. I
Yeah.
was just when you was talking about that. I was having like spiritual battle with myself a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I was like, it was like the first week of this year, the first week of last week. And I'm like, I was getting frustrated about something, and then,
Yeah.
I could feel myself saying, Leticia, you did this to yourself. Like, and I was telling myself in that moment, I said, I have to stop overcommitting myself. What I
Mhm.
mean by that is trying to stack on so many different things in a short period of time.
Mhm.
And when I do that, it forces me to have this sense of urgency, or
Yeah.
this sense of like panic or anxiety, because
Mhm.
instead of having one main focus, I'll have 3 or 4 different main focuses, right? That don't work or collaborate with each other. So I sat here and I was like, you know what? You have to say no to these 2 things.
Mhm.
So I got on the phone and I sent the email and I just started saying no to this, some of the things that I committed myself to, because so I can focus on the one main thing
Right.
that I needed to focus on. Like, for example, we have a challenge coming up next week, and my focus is getting people into that challenge, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
So anything outside of that, I had to say no to, or I had to say, you know what, I can't do that right now. Let's wait till either the end of this month or February, right?
Yeah.
I got to
Mhm.
focus on the challenge. So I had to hold myself accountable for trying to speed things through or get all 3 things done in a speedy manner, and said, you know what, I'm frustrated because I'm overcommitting myself,
Mm.
right? So a
Mhm.
lot of us, we are either going too fast, too slow, or we're trying to put too much on and still carry that on over and
Yep.
get those things done, and not realizing that even if you have a team, it's also not fair to your team as well for them to handle 50 different things at one time.
Yeah.
So I had to first say no to the couple of things that I committed myself to for this month so I could focus
Mhm.
on the main thing, which was my challenge. And
Mhm.
then now it was almost like a weight was lifted from me. And I sat down and said, okay, now what do I need to get done? I got on the phone with my business partner. I said, okay, we need the emails done. We need the text messages done. We need the slides done. We need all these things done. Oh, we got. And when I did that, Tawanta,
Mhm.
this was like on the 3rd.
Yeah.
When I woke up on the morning of the 3rd, we had 5 people join our challenge, like at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I had to sit back and say, let me just focus on this challenge. And when I focused on this challenge, there was the increase, guys.
Yeah.
I know, guys, the sense of, I know how it feels to have that shiny object effect syndrome, because as an
Mhm.
entrepreneur, as a woman, as somebody who wants to be successful, you don't want to pass up on things, because there could be opportunities to make money or opportunities to get yourself out there. But if
Mhm.
you're trying to put too many irons in the fire, you're going to get burned. You're going
Yeah.
to feel
Yeah.
overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm okay with the aspect of somebody telling me, well, let me get this thing done first and I get to you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, I had a
Mhm.
conversation with somebody last night about that. I had an amazing call with them. I said, you know, this is the right fit for you. She said, yes, I love this, Leticia, but give me till, the 3rd week of this month. Fine.
Mhm. Mhm.
Rather than giving somebody so much pressure to where when they do get in, they're not even ready to be committed to the process.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, focus on the main thing this month, guys. Focus on what is that one main thing that you got to focus on to make this a amazing quarter for yourself.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because we get stuck on this is why we got to stop being on social media so much. I think that's going to help out a lot, because now
Mhm.
you're just going to hone in on what you need to get done for the day, what didn't get
Yeah.
done, what you need to dive into. And I love you put work. You got to
Mhm.
work it.
Yep.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm gonna say this from the rooftops. You have to work some
Yeah.
speed. You gotta work it.
Mhm. Mhm.
You launch this book, you create this book through your consistency, through your dedication, you do through your determination, sis, to get
Mhm.
that book launched by January 1st. And now it's here.
Yeah.
But that's half the battle. Now it's getting it out there and getting in people's hands. And
Yep.
now it's like, okay, I'm going to go from the book. And now should I go from the book to making our course, or going from the book to making an event, or going from the book to making another series? It's like,
Right.
what is that next thing that you're going to offer to people who got the book and now they want more? So
Yeah.
it doesn't stop there. It's like, now what's next? What's
What's
that
next?
next opportunity?
Exactly.
Why you are promoting, why you are getting out there? Because that's like your business card, basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
right there. So
Mhm.
I feel like, what works for you is what works for you, guys. But figure out what that is, y'all. Just
Mhm.
figure out what speed is that you can stay consistent with, and that's
Right.
it. Yeah.
That's yeah, because
Mhm.
it's so competitive now on social
Oh,
media.
yes,
You
yes,
know
it
what I'm
is. It
saying?
is.
A lot of people are,
And
especially
distracting.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. A lot of
Mhm.
people I've noticed are really trying to get into the content creating phenomenon or whatever you want to call it now,
Right.
more now than it did 5 years ago, if not 10 years
Right.
ago.
Right.
Because I've noticed too, honestly, that there's not a lot of people like you and I that still goes on live. you
No,
know,
not a lot. Not a
not
lot.
a lot
No.
at all.
No.
And but I noticed that with this younger generation now that's in their 30s, probably 2030s or whatever, they are really getting more creative in that content creating kind of situation, which is great.
Yeah.
But that's also, like you said, it's a work ethic. You
You
have
got
to
to put
work.
work ethic.
Yeah.
You can't, yes, AI is here, but you can't hide behind
Mhm.
AI. Like
No.
I cannot stand it. And this is another reason why I sort of lowered my clientele list, because
Mhm.
um I don't like to work with people where they hide behind AI.
Uh,
The AI videos, the AI
yeah.
photos. It's not you, sis. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
gotta really, with the live streaming, I think that there's people. We're living in a world where now people don't feel like they have to build a personal brand. They
Mhm.
don't have to build the know, like, and trust factor. Like, they genuinely feel that way, but they're not understanding that you are making an audience that's not going to trust you. They're not even going to
Yeah.
know if, even if your account is real, because you put so much artificial stuff on there.
Yeah.
And you don't look that way. You never, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a really, really, really thin line. And even with our
Mhm.
challenge, our
Mhm.
challenge alone is going to help you maximize on your clarity
Yeah.
and really start to be your authentic self. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that you can enjoy the business that you have, right? Because people are looking like speed, but they're not clear on, well, what should they be doing,
Right.
that's effective. Because like you said, they're on the internet, it's distracting, it's a space
Mhm.
where there's so much going on, and sometimes they feel it's competitive. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
also too, the key word here, as you mentioned, is work.
Work.
And it's becoming a challenge, or not even so much a challenge, to be honest with you. It's becoming a
Mhm.
problem, especially for educators,
Mm.
because the kids are so locked in with their Chromebooks,
Mhm.
that they can easily just go to
Mhm.
GPT or any other,
Mhm.
AI, mainstream or whatever you want to call it, to get their work done
Correct.
instead of them doing the work.
Mhm.
When we were in school, we had books. When we weren't in
Right.
school, we had pen and paper or
Yeah.
pencil and
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah.
We had to think.
You had to think. And those
you know
individuals who's doing that, it's going to come a place where the chicken's going to roost, and they're going to be going to a job, and they're going to have to sit there without a phone,
Mhm.
not allowed,
Mhm.
and put
Mhm.
things to paper, or
Mhm.
process some things, and they're going to be looked at like, wait a minute, your resume said this, even though you
Yeah.
probably went on ChatGPT to create that, but we're not seeing that. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
not transferable.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's almost like they're using less of their brain, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
than they
and you're
should.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And unfortunately, it's pretty much the same thing for adults too. I mean, there are
Right.
adults that just they don't want to work that hard. They want things
Mhm.
to come quick, fast, in a hurry for them. So they
Mhm.
will find a remedy or something that will help them get the job done much faster
Mhm.
versus them really executing on a daily basis and learn and grow as they progress to their goal. So
Mhm.
yeah, it is something that we have to really be serious about, that we can't cheat ourselves, because that's what it is.
No, we cannot.
You got to work this business, you got to work your plan, you got to work your vision, because no one else knows it but you, right? And if somebody
Yep.
comes and ask you, well, how did you get this started? So what's the definition of this? You really can't give them nothing. You can't say anything because you use AI as your assistant.
Mhm.
You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So, don't cheat yourself like that, because
Mhm.
yeah, after a while, it's going to cause some major problems. Okay.
Right.
So let's
Right.
get to our last point for tonight, ladies. Our last point as to what to do when it comes to executing your plan. Take those obstacles that you've been dealing with and fuel upward. Let
That's
those
right.
obstacles be your fuel, and
Mhm. Amen.
let it push you forward even faster, so to
Mhm.
speak.
Mhm.
Don't let those obstacles block you, stop you, trip you up, have you on the floor crying and
Mhm.
all those
Mhm.
things. Woe is me. No, you
Mhm.
take those obstacles, you take those haters, you take those negative vibes, and let that be your fuel to keep going, keep on pushing. I know for me personally, like I said, no one in this house knew what I was doing, but in this house, I was still dealing with some toxicity. In this
Mhm.
house, I was still dealing with some backlash. In this house, I was
Mhm.
dealing with attitudes.
Yep.
So with that, I just took that and just focused on my goal and getting this book done.
Mhm.
Okay. I was not going
Mhm.
to let them, distract me from giving up on myself or
That's
giving
right.
up, on this goal or this dream of mine because I was frustrated by the behavior or what's going on in this house. I
Mhm.
allowed that to happen to me too many times
Mhm.
in my life. And
That's
those of
right.
you sisters out there, this story may be similar to your story, that you
Mhm.
had people down through the years that was always negative, that was always, just instigating or whatever they're doing. And at that time, and it has pretty slowed you down, if not
Mhm.
stopped you altogether
Mhm.
from, achieving just that one small goal,
That's right.
you
Well,
know?
congratulations, sister, on pushing through your obstacles. You know what I mean? I
Amen.
trust me, you know my story, child. You
Yes.
know.
Yes.
Um, it shows a level of determination, the fact that you can still push through even when
Hmm.
there's pressure, because pressure
Hmm.
makes, diamonds,
Yeah.
and that's what you created. A lot of people run when it's a little bit of pressure, like a time they run,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
even pressure has its place in our process, if you will.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
past 2 years now, I had a lot of pressure in my personal life,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And just pushing forward and knowing that, my end goal is stronger than my fear, is stronger than my, you know everything, my all the things that come against us in business as
Yeah.
women, you
Hmm.
know us
Hmm.
pushing for that. This is why it's so important that you guys circle is tight, because there, like I said earlier, there's people in your life that want to keep you small. They want to just, they don't want you to do no book, they don't want you to be on stage. They don't want you to be the center of attention, helping so
Right.
many people. They don't want it. You may
Yeah.
have people in your life that are so jealous of what you're about to become. You're not even there yet,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
But
Right.
they jealous of what you're about to become with that, because
Yeah.
we may not see it, but they see it too. Like the devil
Hmm.
sees where you're going too, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So we have to have that, and me and my business partner Miyoko and I talk about this all the time, that emotional intelligence to know
Hmm.
that what is reality and what's not reality, what's for you and
Hmm.
what's not for you, how to
Right.
handle obstacles. So because people know how to trigger you too at the same time, how to not get so
Yeah.
emotional when you are being triggered. Know that this is just
Hmm.
energy that's is trying to redistribute your energy into something negative, where you got to
Yeah.
push against that, push through that,
Hmm.
and focus on the fact that things need to be positive.
Hmm.
You said it well. Let these obstacles, all the things that there's some people going through stuff already, and it's only January 7th, right?
Hmm.
Already they're going 7 days in, and they're going through a lot, but you just got to keep going. I'm telling
Yeah.
y'all right now, you're going to sell 1,000 books this quarter. Most of
Hmm.
y'all who are watching is going to reach your first six figures this quarter.
Hmm.
Anything is possible if you're willing to put the work in it.
Put the work in.
Anything is possible,
Yeah.
even through your obstacles, even through your ups and downs, even through all the things. Anything is possible. Just keep going forward. Keep
Hmm.
going forward, guys.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That is the truth. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, and here's the thing, it's all about trial and error. So
right.
you go ahead and try out these different ideas, write down the ideas, which you may want to try out. And if it doesn't work, don't get upset about it. Don't quit. Don't throw away stuff. Just like, okay, well, let's move forward. Here's the thing, you tried it. You
Mhm.
already moved a step forward because
Right.
you tried it,
Yeah,
right? You didn't
yeah,
know how the outcome was going to end,
right.
but you took the initiative to move forward anyway.
Hmm. That's
And
right.
you may have,
Anyway.
yeah, anyway, and you may have gotten a couple of feedbacks or a
Hmm.
couple of supporters, or
Hmm.
maybe someone who purchased whatever your brand or whatever it was. but
Right.
but that's an accomplishment, because
That's huge.
if you didn't start, you would have had that. You never would
Amen.
have received that,
Right.
right? So write down these ideas, like, okay, well, let me go ahead and go on live and talk about it for a little bit and
Right.
see if somebody will be interested in it from that. Or
Right.
do a live, do a Zoom call or
Right.
something.
Right.
These little
Something.
things,
Something.
yeah, to get yourself out there, because
Right.
guaranteed somebody will take notice, and they will
Right.
see your consistency, and they
Right.
will be like, you know what, I really enjoy your ministry, or I really
Right.
enjoy your modules or your
Right.
program or what
Right.
you put forth. I would
Right.
love to invite you to my women's group or whatever.
Right.
You
Right.
never know.
Right.
how God can work that thing out for you.
Right.
If you don't, if you stop, if you just stand,
Yeah.
stop, and because somebody hurt your feelings, or yeah, those triggers happen
Yeah.
because somebody said something to you, and you just like, you know what, I'm packing up. I don't want to do this no more. No, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself,
Right.
because they just
Right.
because they just being a jerk as usual, being
That's right.
intimidators, but you have that power within. Don't let nobody steal your power.
Don't let them. It's not worth it, you
It's
know?
not.
And it's like, it's funny because I always tell people that, you know, it's always going to be your fault. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like if you had to stop writing that book, right? It's now what, January 7th. You
Mm,
couldn't sit back and blame all the things you just mentioned about what's going
right.
on at home, all this state. That's still your fault. You didn't launch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you take that ownership and accountability and said, despite of all this, I'ma still push through. I'ma still
Yep.
keep going. You know,
Hmm.
and that alone speaks volumes. And I
Yeah.
also want to say, the last thing I want to say is this. It's like, and I'm seeing this a lot on the internet right now, where if somebody's doing a business and the business is not working out or what have you, they quit
Hmm.
and they
Hmm.
do something else.
Hmm.
And they're realizing that the same level of work it took at that old business is the same at this
Yeah.
new one. The
Yeah.
work don't change.
It
You
don't
still got to put
change.
the grind in. You still got to put the work in. You still got to do the follow up. You still got to get things to print and things like that. But they think like, oh, the grass is going to be greener on the other side,
Yeah.
and that's not the
Hmm.
case. So there's a lot of
Hmm.
hopping around going on that I'm seeing. And I
Yeah.
get that I'm okay with people trying things out and what have you to see what they like. But
Hmm.
still, as you're trying things out, you still got to put the work in to
Yeah.
see things through. And I find
Absolutely.
that there's a lot of people, and there's some of them I've had as clients recently that don't want to put in the work. They want to
Mm-hmm.
leave it, to the team. Teresa and I, we jointly have an agency where we do a lot of done for you services for. And the
Hmm.
thing is that I've had a couple of clients that they just want us to do everything. I'm like, wait a minute, no, 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 you got to get out there.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
get out there. A team is not going to bring in the money. You have to get out there. The team,
Hmm.
only thing a team does is takes a lot of the tasks off your to-do list that keeps you
Right.
from,
Right.
getting out there. But people think, well, I paid and I have a team and now I just sit back and chill and I don't have time to do this.
No.
You don't have time to work your business. You don't got time to get out there and connect with people. Then you
Yeah.
shouldn't even be doing it. Go to a job. Go to a
Hmm.
job, go work. And
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So even
Hmm.
the owner of Walmart is not the cat. I was in Target the other day. I didn't see the owner of Target ringing up my order. It was some
Right.
Jewish lady. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like you gotta get out there. You gotta put in the work. You gotta get through the obstacles. You gotta stop playing the blame game,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That's
Oh
important
yeah.
of the fact that because your success is solely on you,
Yeah.
you're accountable for your success. I can't
Yep.
blame, if somebody says no, okay, let's move on to the next person.
Hmm. Hmm.
What's next? If somebody says yes, great. Now what's next? We
Hmm.
just got a new
Hmm.
client today. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, and if she had said no, it would have been okay, what's next?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
So obstacles are going to come. There's going to be obstacles all this year. Even the word
All
says,
again.
there's always going to be trials and tribulations, but we have to
Yeah.
push through it. We got to push forward. We got to stop talking about we one of the businesses I do, which is like life insurance. We now have a new system
Mm.
that they, and it's amazing, by the way. It's amazing. I mean it's so much. We could do tracking and submit policies and stuff, but it costs $99 a month to
Mm.
get that system. So we were on the Zoom call last night, and there were so many agents. It was like thousands of agents on there, but it was some of them were like, "Oh my
Wow.
God, $99 a month," and they've tripping. And I'm like, "Wait a minute, like y'all put in one policy that's gonna cover that $99.
Mhm.
Some of these
Mhm.
policy pays out like thousands of dollars. So you worried about what? Like business is an expense at the same time. So it's like
Yeah.
people get so stuck on the small things and not thinking about the value that system now is going to give us.
Mhm.
It's going to make us more efficient. It's going to be better with tracking. We can actually have a system now. It's a system, and I
Right.
love systems. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
Mhm.
Before we were just using a bunch of spreadsheets, and they're like, "What? Where's this spreadsheet? Anybody see?" It was a
Mhm.
lot going on. But sometimes when you want to ask for something better, when you get it and there's a
Yeah.
price for it, you're like, oh my God, I thought it was free.
No.
I thought it was free. And it was like, I'm on the Zoom and I'm looking at the chat, I'm like, oh my God, these people, something. Not everybody was doing it. I'm not saying
Yeah, of
everybody was, but
course, of course.
there was a small portion of it that they were just stuck on
Yeah.
the price. They didn't even look at all the slides and all the walkthrough and all that stuff on how amazing this was. And
Mhm.
I wish LaShawn was on because she was on that call last night too. She was like, I purchased this. She's like, this is what I wanted. You know, I was like, yeah, girl, like these people tripping. I don't know what. Let us get all the money. What? We'll take all the money because you need this system in order to submit
Mhm.
business. So we all, but that what I wanted to say about that story is that we get so focused, more focused on the obstacles than the outcome.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
we that's where the forward movement is. We get so focused on the obstacle, not the outcome. We don't even, some people don't even think about the outcome, how amazing it's going to be, how more
Yep.
efficient it's going to be, how faster it's going to be.
Right, right,
Thinking of
right.
ways of how can I earn that $99 back after talking to one client, you know, and
Mhm.
go from there. They just like, oh my God, $99. And I'm just like, dude. They could charge more, but
Yeah.
it's either you want it or not, and that's
Right,
it. So
right.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. People do get locked in the obstacles all the time. I was one of those people too,
Yeah.
and and sometimes you can understand why they say that because they're probably already overwhelmed with what they got financially or whatever the case may be. But either way, again, we don't look at what this 99 is going to bring you, what it's going to offer to you, what it's going to
How's
produce
it
for
going to
you.
be a blessing?
Yeah, exactly.
And I have one more story, right? So
Yeah.
I want to well, the reason why I'm sharing this story is that I want to show you, I want to explain to you guys how it looks when you push forward with your obstacles, because obstacles
Mhm.
are always going to come. So there's a gentleman I follow on social media, and
Mhm.
I've been following him for years, so I saw him from the start of his business to now,
Mhm.
and he's been
Mhm.
consistent, he's been grinding, and now he's a six-figure earner.
Mm.
So he was doing he was actually talking on the phone with his girlfriends, and he was like, I'm hungry, right? I'm really
Mhm.
hungry. But he lives here in New York. He wanted New Orleans food from New
Okay. Or
Orleans.
from New Orleans.
Now, here's the thing: those of y'all who live in New York, like me, even in Michigan, right?
Mhm.
There's a restaurant right in your state that
Mhm.
probably does sell New Orleans inspired food. You go
Yeah.
if you want Chinese, you go to China. There's
Yep.
a Chinese store right
Yep.
up the street.
Yep.
No, he wanted authentic New Orleans
Yeah.
food from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he hopped on a plane and went to New Orleans with his friend. And the
Wow.
reason why I say that is because had he succumbed to the obstacles in business, I've been following him for over 10 years and just
Okay.
stopped. He reached a financial point in his life where if he wanted to get up and go, he can get up
Mhm.
and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm looking at that. I'm like, okay, I need to get there.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if I would just get up and go to New Orleans for food. I'm just saying it's the principle of it all that most of us, when we need to travel, we gotta
Right.
like, okay, we gotta save up for the airline, we gotta do this. And
Right.
traveling is
Right. Right.
expensive right now. The
Yeah.
airport, plane's expensive. But it's like it's the fact that when you want to live a life where if anything comes up, all your desires, not even putting
Mhm.
aside emergencies and things like that,
Mhm.
but things you want to do, you can just get up and just do it. You have the
Yeah.
freedom to just get up and
You
do
have the
it. Go
freedom
ahead,
to do.
call the
Yeah.
airlines, say, hey, I wanna or you only thing you're trying to figure out is which airline you like best.
Yeah.
Because I don't like me personally, I don't like American Airlines. So I'm like, okay,
Me either.
Delta or
Me either. Yeah.
JetBlue all the way.
Mhm.
So, but again, for me watching him all these years and knowing the obstacles he's been, well, some of them, the ones he shared with his
Mhm.
audience that he's been through, it now all leads up to him getting up in the morning and saying, hey, I just want some authentic New Orleans food. I don't want nothing here in New York. I want to go on the plane to New Orleans. And that's
Right.
what he
Right.
did.
That's what he
So
did. Wow.
that's the thing, guys. It's all worth it in the end. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
everything is worth
Mhm.
it in the end. All the ups, the downs,
Yeah.
figuring things out, the arguments, the everything. And that's what I tell myself every day. All of this the
Mhm.
shift that has gone on in my personal life and my business life, it's
Yeah.
all worth it. It's
Mhm.
all worth it. And I was even thinking like way back in the day, like certain like arguments I've even had with my mother.
Mhm.
I kind of like am thankful now that she responded the way she responded, because
Mhm.
I would have still been stuck in certain situations that I now realize that I don't want to be in no more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's
Exactly.
it's so
Yeah.
much. Everything has a purpose and a reason,
Mhm.
and sometimes we get so comfortable. and we don't want
Yeah.
to, get out there and move forward, that we just stay comfortable with being stuck in the obstacles.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And God is ready to, graduate you, to the
Right.
next level, but if we get stuck and we allow our fears
Mm-hmm.
or, all other stuff, get in our way,
Mm-hmm.
we will never know what could be on the other side for
Never
us.
know. Never
Yeah,
know. It's
never,
so much
never know.
freedom on the other side. And I'm only saying this, y'all, because I've made some shifts in my life where I'm on the other side, and it's beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's beautiful. It was
Yeah.
hard getting through it, and I'm still getting through it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I had one of my clients tell me, she was like, "Yeah, Leticia, I've been following you for years, but when you went live, sometimes you'd be so angry." And I didn't
Mm,
realize I was that way.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah, but it was something that triggered the
Wow.
fact that, but I understood why she said it, because there was
Okay.
certain episodes that she brought up to me where I knew exactly what I went through that morning or the night
Yeah,
before,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That fueled that conversation, even during that fueled that
Wow.
conversation. So, and I understood it, but it's sort of like now looking back, you know what I mean? I'm looking back and I'm like, man, I came far. I've still got a
Mhm.
long ways to go,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
it when you know your worth,
Yeah.
right? And you keep praying, and you just keep, believing in God and having faith and all the things, and having the right people around you. Like, I thank
Mhm.
God for my business partner, Miyoko Taylor.
Mhm.
I thank God for you, Twonta, Therese, all of y'all. You know what I mean? It just keeps you going
Yeah.
into what it is you need to go through. And yes, it's going to be a lot of people that are going to come on your journey. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to hop off your journey, but it's all
Mhm.
God. You just got to keep the faith. You know what I
And
mean?
also too, don't get so attached. You know,
Don't,
yeah.
don't,
Don't get so
don't.
attached with those
Mm-mm.
people that comes in your journey for
Right,
that season. They're only there for a
right.
season.
That's it. Don't
know?
build this codependency for
Yeah.
people, don't, because people will disappoint you, especially if you with a man long enough. A man will if you with somebody talk, and I'm not, this is not my quote, I got this from a sister friend. She was like, you with a
Mhm.
man long enough, he will, no, she said, with a man long enough, he will make a fool of you, right? But
Mhm. Mhm.
and that
Mhm.
has happened to me multiple times. But
Mhm.
it's like, it's don't build that codependency with people.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
That's very dangerous.
It
Yeah.
is. It is very dangerous. Yeah. So again, ladies, these were the 3 points that I wanted to share with you tonight, and I hope that
Yeah.
these points will definitely get you going, get you stirred
Mm-hmm.
up again.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this is just day 7, we got weeks to go. But and here's the thing too: don't look at the future. Don't let the future intimidate you either, because we can
Mm-mm.
get caught up in that too. Like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, how much longer do I have to go? I got 4 more months. I got 4 more weeks. No,
Mm-hmm.
just take it day by day.
Day by day, but do the work. Do
Do
the
the work.
work. Honestly, everybody, if you have a business or if you want to write a book like Tawanta, every day you should be working at it. Like, for
Yeah.
real. Like, you
Hmm.
need to keep going. And once you get there, now is what's next.
Yeah.
What's next? While you are getting what you're doing out there, it's what's next. So, do we have what's news now?
I
Let's
don't
get
think
into it.
so. I don't
I
even think
thought I
we
saw something in the chat. I
do
think
we.
Therese
Hold
put
on.
something in the chat.
Oh, we
Maybe I'm wrong.
do. We do.
Oh, okay. So, guys, listen, what's news, guys? I mean, those of you who watched up to this point, you're very lucky, because we have a bonus segment that we call What's News. And, Tawanta actually, a few episodes ago, this was her idea to add this, because a lot of things don't get recognized or mentioned on the
Mhm.
news and even in the social media space. So we like to, share things with you guys. It's going to be definitely uplifting, put a positive thought in your mind of people who are out there working and doing the work, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And one day, I think one day you and I both are going to be featured on What's News. I think next week we should feature your book as What's News, because once it gets on
Sure.
Amazon, guys, we want to make it an Amazon bestseller, baby. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and let Mr. Juan to go ahead and introduce the What News. I'm loving that green.
Yeah, that green is so pretty on
That
her.
green is
Yeah, this is
pretty.
Jamila Allen.
Yeah.
And she is the CEO and founder of Thimba Creative Learning Center,
Uh-huh.
where she discusses her success as a 7-figure income earner in the
Right.
child care industry. Child care.
Wow. Amazing.
Child
Amazing.
care. Wow.
Childcare.
Well,
Yes.
Miss Jamila Allen, again, is the CEO and founder
Mm-hmm.
of Thimba Creative
Yep.
Learning Center, and her excitement comes from helping other child care owners enjoy the fruits of their labor. And with her industry knowledge, successes, and failures, she offers guidance on how to build a financially thriving operation and a life that provides others. Hold on. That provides where I just saw it. Okay, with freedom and option. So Black Enterprise had caught up with her to discuss how she has achieved success as a seven-figure income earner in the childcare industry.
Yep.
They asked her when did she know that she wanted to build an empire in the childcare industry? And she says from a young age, she had a profound vision of making a transformative impact in the childcare industry, and owning her own childcare center was the ultimate aspiration. Her experience as a childcare assistant at a top notch child development center during her freshman year at West Virginia State University ignited an unrelenting passion within her.
Mm,
So she says, or they ask her, share briefly about her entrepreneurial journey. She says, after a decade of dedication as a public school teacher and the founder of a nonprofit organization that provided free enrichment activities in low income youth, she realized her true calling was to create her own nurturing early learning environment where children could thrive. And so
mm,
she embarked on a journey to pursue her vision of owning a child care center, driven by an insatiable desire to learn and grow. She
mm,
said while teaching and running her nonprofit, she earned her master's in public administration and supplemented her knowledge with early childhood courses, empowering herself with expertise to
mm,
excel
mm,
in every aspect of her future business.
mm,
With determination, she transformed her vision into reality, which birthed Thimba Creative Learning Center in 2007. So,
mm,
18 years later, she reflects on this pivotal decision, which has been a testament to the power of courage, resilience, and strategic risk taking. By
mm,
leveraging her financial acumen and investing in her dream, she created a vibrant community that has flourished for nearly 2 decades, inspiring a sense of pride and fulfillment that continues to propel her forward.
mm,
And then they ask her about her team and her staff. And she says she's very humbled and grateful for her team. Um, that embodies the very essence of excellence. Her staff of 30 dedicated individuals, including her remarkable director. So she's just basically talking about how much she truly appreciates their work ethic and all those wonderful things. And then they ask her what were some of her greatest challenges and how did she overcome them. And she said in her early journey as an entrepreneur, she said she realized that the primary obstacle to success was her own mindset. Didn't we just
mm.
talk about this? Wow.
Yes, 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 we
Wow.
have.
Her own
Yes, you sure
mindset.
did.
She said, I had to shift from a mentality of scarcity
Ooh,
one of abundance. Wow.
right. I love
Initially,
that.
I ran my childcare business with a mom and pop shop, mentally lacking effective leadership and some systems. I have
Mm,
faced immense stress and anxiety, she said, which led to repeated, I lost it. Hold on. These ads. Okay, which led to repeated emergency room visits. Oh,
mm,
wow. Her
mm,
anxiety was so bad that she had to go to the emergency room. As I thought I might be having a panic attack and a heart attack all at the same time. She said it was
mm,
very overwhelming.
mm,
She said, poor hiring practices and inadequate
mm,
tools as well. Let me find, these ads again. Okay, she said, yeah, inadequate tools hindered their productivity and profitability. So many people told her that there was no money to be made in the childcare industry. There go that negative obstacle right there.
Mhm.
Telling her, no,
Mhm.
this ain't gonna work for you, blah, blah, blah. But she said, however, a visit with her mentor was a turning point. And her mentor encouraged her to read the IBIS report or IBIS report, which revealed that the child care industry was a $60 billion
Mm.
industry. Now, if she didn't have that mentor, okay,
Mm.
I guarantee you she probably would not have researched that. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. This newfound understanding prompted her to reevaluate her approach, and she recognized that everything rises and falls on leadership, and she said she made a pivotal decision to invest in herself. She said, I started dressing professionally, wearing a suit to work to reflect the success I aspired to achieve. She said she also invested in her team, providing them with matching uniforms to promote a sense of professionalism. To further develop my leadership skills, she said she hired a coach, attended business conferences.
Mm. Mm.
She said, I listened to motivational speakers like Les
Mm.
Brown and Zig Ziglar.
Yep.
You listen to them too, don't you?
Yep. I sure do.
Yeah. She
I
said,
sure
I
do.
prioritize continuing education for my
Mhm.
director and staff, creating a comprehensive 90-day onboarding process to
Mhm.
ensure we hired and retain top talent. So they ask her, what does it take? Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. I messed up on that one. Wait a minute. These ads, Lord Jesus. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay, see, they ask her, what does it take for a childcare owner to go to the next level and
Mm.
achieve 6 and 7 figure success? She said,
Mm.
to unlock your full potential as a leader, it's essential to recognize the importance of leadership. She said, cultivating key characteristics like perseverance, tenacity, grit,
Mm.
and passion will empower you to inspire your team and propel them to new heights. She said, implementing the 3 P's: people, product, and processes, is
Mm.
also vital. Those 3 P's,
Mm.
y'all. I hope y'all wrote that down. Those three
Mhm.
P's. Wait, oh Lord, I tell you these ads. People, product, and processes. That's what she says. You want to surround yourself with people who possess the idea, blend of temperament, attitude, and passion for working with young children. To
Mhm.
achieve greatness, you must be resilient and motivated to push through challenges. Didn't we just talk about? Oh my gosh, this is like right
Mhm.
on time. Wow, wow, wow. And she said offering a superior product is crucial. She
Mhm.
said, my aspiration is to provide cutting edge early childhood development programs that is set apart. We achieve this
Mhm.
by offering unique programs like foreign language classes, dance, yoga, science, PE, STEM education, chess, and organic gardening. She said, by encouraging our team to pursue teaching certifications, we ensure hold on. Oh yeah, we ensure that parents can trust us with their children's education and well-being. She said, lastly, establishing excellent processes is essential. That's one of the
Mhm.
3 P's.
That's true.
Our effective 90-day onboarding process, accountability measures, and continuous learning from mistakes enable us to refine our operations and maintain exceptional standards. Okay. And then of course, they're just asking about her mentor and so forth. But I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But overall, I would say this is such a right on time what's news here.
Right.
What she's talking about is what we just talked about tonight.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
We mentioned about, being consistent and resilient, all those things.
Mhm.
And as a result of her not giving up on herself and not, listening to the negative voices and all those things around her, all those obstacles, this is where she is today.
Mhm.
If she did not have that mentor in her life to help her to see the big picture, she probably would not be. here on Black Enterprise. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
And so I'm just excited. I didn't even know that childcare was a big booming and thing. I know childcare is a big thing, but
Yep.
not to the regard like how she is operating. You know what
Correct.
I mean?
Mhm.
So that is huge.
It
That
is. It
is
is.
very
And
huge.
it's very inspiring, you know.
Absolutely.
Um it goes to show that, and I think we mentioned this on the show before, a lot of times people have a passion to get into a certain industry and they don't do it because they feel like, well, there's so many people out there doing that, doing this. Like with her with childcare, there's so many people doing childcare. I mean, but still, you know, what God has for you, God has for you. So it's like you
Hmm.
got to still, you know, push forward, you know,
Yeah.
because you are unique. You may have something that's totally different from everybody else. And
Hmm.
like I said before, whatever you guys want to do, just complete the process and just do it. And then after that, it's what's next,
It's
right?
what's
It's what's
next.
next. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. 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 Yep.
This was absolutely. Thank you, Therese, for this. This was
Thanks,
awesome.
Therese. Yeah,
This
because I
was
was like,
really
I knew
good.
I saw something in the chat. But thank you
Yeah,
so
I
much,
didn't
Therese,
even
for
paying
that.
attention.
We try to every episode have a what's news segment for you guys. And now we want to get into our last segment for tonight is what I always forget the name of this
Just
last
so you
segment.
know.
Just so you know. So just
Hmm.
so you know, guys, Twonta has launched her book. So make sure you guys go hit the paypal.me/Twonta Jones, all lowercase. Go ahead and head on over to Cash App, $ Twonta, and grab her book. I already grabbed my copy, so y'all better grab your copy, right? What
Yeah.
I have going on is something absolutely amazing. Back in 2020, what last year was 2025, right?
Hmm.
Back in 2024, I launched a new brand
Hmm.
called Your Brand, Your Breakthrough,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And this is a brand that I'm really passionate about. It's bigger than a personal brand. It's a movement, right?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Therese. It's a movement, right? It's getting
Hmm.
you guys to really get out there and be your authentic self. You
Hmm.
know, build a
Hmm.
business that you can respect yourself and you can really get out there and know your voice. We
Yeah.
dive into personal branding, email marketing, thought leadership, emotional intelligence, systems. You know, so it's
Hmm.
like an umbrella brand. So I'm really excited
Hmm.
about that. We have a challenge coming up next week. It's called the 5-day brand breakthrough challenge. And
Hmm.
the only way to learn more about it is you got to get inside of our Your Brand, Your Breakthrough group. And we'll give you all the information to get in there. So just go on Facebook, guys, and just type in Your Brand, Your Breakthrough, and you'll get access to the group to learn more about it. We already have people who signed up, and we've been posting them and congratulating them on my page and stuff. So this is amazing. So I hope to see y'all in the challenge for
Yay.
sure. Yeah.
That's a success already. I
It
ain't even
is,
worried
and it's a
about it.
co-led challenge with my business partner, New York
Wow.
with Taylor. We both co-own Your Brand, Your Breakthrough.
Hmm.
So it's amazing because so a lot of times, especially in business, you need two perspectives sometimes. You know, so he does
Sure.
the personal branding and the transformational coach strategist, and I definitely do the email marketing system. So it's a power combination, guys, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
there's so many things that tried to come against this partnership, and we just keep pushing through and keep moving forward, when I'm so excited about
Yeah.
and yeah, and those of you who are watching, we have a sister to sister connection community. So if you're not already inside there, we do have a direct link. It's bit.ly/sister to sister connection. It's all lowercase. Get inside our group. It's
Hmm.
absolutely awesome. I'm going to be doing more things in that community. I'm going to talk to you, Twonta, about that later on this week. And let's doing more things in there and things like that. So those of you who are in it, you're great. Those of you who are not, get inside. Okay.
Hmm. Sure, yes.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Therese.
there's the link right there that you could go ahead
Yes.
and click on that and
Mhm.
definitely be a part of the sisterhood.
Yes.
So yeah, we're still growing and we're still thriving and all those things. And so
Yes.
yeah, this is a brand new year. So we are definitely going to continue to push forward and implementing some
Yes.
new things, to get
Yes.
people stirred up and get them activated and all those things. Because there's so much that every person, every woman has that could be a blessing to all of us. It's not just
Right.
me or Letitia or even Therese. It's so
Right.
many of us. Each of us have something that we can all learn from. We
Right.
connect in some form of fashion. So
That's right.
definitely this sister to sister group page is something that we don't take lightly. We do
Mm-mm.
definitely bring in those people, invite people, and we definitely hope that they will definitely be a part of it by activating and showcasing their skills, their talents, and stuff like that, that we can
Mm.
be able to support them
Mm.
achieve their goals as well. Yeah.
Right, right. I love that. So definitely get inside that community, y'all. It's been a community that's been around for a while now. This is not a
Yeah.
new group,
No.
right? And we have amazing, amazing sister friends in there. So you definitely want to join us. All right, y'all. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're gonna be
Yeah.
back next week, 8 p.m. East. Wait, seven. What's the time? Is it?
Seven.
7
7.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys, set your alarms, set your calendars, and tune in, engage in all the things. And this was a great episode. So
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
so much, and make a lookout for another awesome topic. So, Sawanda correct some amazing topics. So, as always, love on your sister. Bye, guys.
Bye,